the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight, we've got one last present under the tree, our final Monday Nighter of the year, between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They start the drive with Cook. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. But what a good contest here for our first Monday night game of 2023. Happy New Year, one and all. And thanks for pulling yourself away from all those college bowl games going on. For this, a great matchup between two of the real up-and-comers in the AFC. On 2nd and 7. Allen over the middle, complete. That's Hines. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. He's got the first down and more. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs, a nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game, and nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
at the 6, 3rd and goal. And he'll get this up awfully close to a first down, but by the looks of it, might be a yard shot. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. Decision time, opening drive here. What would you do?
There is no decision for me. I'm the visitor. I'm on the road. I've moved the ball downfield. I've got momentum. I'm going for it right here. Look at that play sheet. Pick out your best play.
And even if you don't get it, then your defense is going to have a really good situation on the other side.
Exactly. In fact, though, I'm not even telling my defense to get ready. I'm telling them to get ready to celebrate because we're going to score.
They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Here we go. Burrow from his own end zone. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Cook on the first down carry there as he works his way forward for a gain of about 4. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And, Charles, no two ways around it. Anytime you get the current number 1 and number 2 seeds in the AFC playing each other this late in a season, it's a big game.
It is definitely a big game, and not just for seeding and placement and such, but for trying to establish yourself as the team to beat. You want everyone else in the league to look at you and say, boy, it's going to be tough to knock those guys off.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Burrow on play action. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. The Bengals at 14-1 now on the year. And they've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Burrow going to keep it himself. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And he stopped immediately there. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Gun. Dot. 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now Allen off the bootleg. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. He'll dump this off to Cook. So the completion good for just 3. 3rd and 7 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. This is taken at the 23. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
On 1, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Cook up the gut. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On play action, Allen steps away. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Sam Hubbard able to record his 5th sack of the season. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And a solid run down inside the 30. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Looking for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. The kick by Bass is good. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Set. 11.
On second down, Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They will throw on first down with Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Gregory Rousseau collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Here we go, here we go.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Ja'Marr Chase in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as he'll decide to go for two. They'll throw now on the final play. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. I know it's still just the first half, but we'll see if that 2 points looms large later.
I would have kicked it. And I know that they were trying to equal the score, but sometimes you kind of get seduced into that. It's the first half. Kick the extra point and continue to play so you don't have to chase points later.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Bengals drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
11 mighty. Stop.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Jennings. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From midfield, here's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defensive coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Allen. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now Cook running right. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now Allen. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's got room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
On 2, ready? 12, 12, 12.
To throw again on second down. Burrow. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Ed Oliver just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route.
Here we go.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. First down. Here's Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33.
11. 11 MT.
Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Boyd with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The offense on third down tonight? Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is third down and 12. Throwing now is Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
On one, ready?
In motion comes the tight end left. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
12, 12, 12.
Here's Burrow. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings.
Here we go, here we
And
go.
he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
12, 12, 12.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Here we go.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
12, 12, 12.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Well, that's the fourth time that they've tried to go for it on fourth down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on fourth down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try to loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
From the 24, Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
11 mighty.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They go play action with Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
11 Thomas.
Up up the middle with Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. Now Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's McKenzie. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Here's Allen. He'll find Gabriel Davis. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he gets it down to the 32. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, you crowd the line of scrimmage. If they do pop one, it's going to go away.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Third down, here's a run by Cook. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So all eyes now on Tyler Bass. This to put an end to a wild Monday night. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. Well, at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Bills, they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year.